Friends, this has been a very powerful message from the Lord. I hope that your ears were tuned to hear what the Lord is saying unto you, because you are a part of ecclesia, whether you think so or not. But this is an hour where gross darkness is blooming and developing. The scriptures say that even the love of many will wax cold. We will see children disrespecting their parents. We will see husbands and wives falling apart, not reconciling. And the spirit of reconciliation will depart. We're looking at a day where murders will become a common thing, as we're seeing now. We're going to see gross things happening. But you, ecclesia, let me state this to you, that you have the power by the spirit of prayer in God to overturn most of what we see. It is time for us to shed off the comfort of our edifices, of our churches, of our communities, and step out into the street and wake up, sleeping giant. They that sleep in Zion, wake up. It's not a day to sleep. It's not a day to slumber. But it's a day where we need to be called to action. The second Adam has already given us a charge to return to his side. And his side is to find out how he impacted the world while he was here. He went about healing. He went about forgiving. He went about delivering people from spirits. He went about going into places where sinners were, sitting down and talking to them, not being influenced by their sins, but influencing them to change from their wicked ways and to live a life of godliness. He didn't condemn people when their accusers came to him and brought accusations, wanted to bring harm to the persons caught, as in the woman that was caught in adultery. When he just sat on the ground, heard the accusations of the scribes and the Pharisees, and wrote in the ground and said, immediately, he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. Them realizing their own hearts that they had sinned, dropped their stones and walked away, because they knew their days and what they had done. And even how they even set up this woman so that they can ensnare and entrap Jesus in his words and his actions. We have to be as meek as doves and as wise as serpents if we're really wanting to impact this dying world. And we can. We've got the willingness. We have the desire. We are already on the right side, but we need to get that footprint out of the world, and that footprint solely in the kingdom of Jesus Christ. If you would, and if you're willing to do so, but you need help, email us your prayer request at FHLMRS12@gmail.com. We've had some issues with our phone lines recently, so we're not going to be giving that out until we've gotten that corrected. But the email address is FHLMRS12@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Post your comments to social media under this message to let us know how blessed the Lord has been to you as a result. We are not desirous to promote ourselves, but we're looking to promote Jesus Christ and his ability to set men and women free. The theme of this ministry is empowering people to be free. And how do we do that? We do so with the word of the Lord. I just want to thank you again for tuning in to these broadcasts on social media. And we thank the Lord for your faithfulness to watch. Spread the word to your friends, to your associates, to your families, to your church members, to anyone. We're not looking for people to tune in lieu of going to their own assemblies. But the Bible tells us not to forsake the assembling of ourselves together, as so many have done so, seeing that the days are evil. But this is a time where you need to run to the household of faith, where you need to be there so that the man or the woman of God can seed the word into your life, where you can become an active participant by sowing into your ministry with your tithes and your offerings. Before you send a nickel or dime anywhere, make sure you're supporting the house that feeds you first before you send a dime anywhere. There are many good causes, and yes, we need your money in order to continue ministry. But I'm a sole believer that you must support the household where you are. And if you don't have a church home, I'm encouraging you, find one that preaches the truth of God, where the man or woman of God labors in prayer, where they fast and they know the word of God and they're willing to share their lives with you to help you grow, develop, and mature in your Christian faith, that you might become the man or woman of God that God has called you to be. God bless you. This is Pastor William Whitfield, Senior Pastor of Faith, Hope, and Love Ministries and Retreat Services International, wishing you all and your family a blessed week in the Lord. Join us on this coming Wednesday for our Wednesday night Time in the Word, and you will be blessed because the word of the Lord has a blessing in store for you. God bless you until next week.